Okay, so for tonight's inspiration, I was tossing around a couple of different ideas and trying to decide what really needed to be heard. More waiting room. Um, Trying to decide what would really help inspire people. And I had a couple different ideas I was tossing back and forth, and I was, really thinking about them. And then I had a conversation with Jordan, and we were talking about how things really just didn't take off immediately for her. But despite that, how much I really have loved watching her grow when things weren't happening. She was still wanting to be involved in the trainings. She was still digging deep into meetings and her back office and, still throwing it out there and staying consistent and doing all the things she really needed to do. She really is. Um, she can't read it though because she's driving. So Krista said you're the biggest hype right now. So got more people coming. So it was really just kind of a cool conversation, and I was like, I think that's really inspirational in and of itself, because so many need to hear that. They need to be told that not everybody takes off out the gate and is in the lead. Not everybody, sometimes you're back toward the back, but that's okay, because as long as you don't stop, you can still get to where you want to be with this. And we kind of talked about it on the Thrive Army Zoom Wednesday night. If you missed that, I strongly encourage you to go back to the YouTube and watch it, because it was really cool to see some 200Ks that did not hit their VIP. So that was really encouraging and uplifting to see them where they are now and know that they didn't start out just taking off full speed out, as soon as they signed on. So I think that that's really important for everybody to hear. And so I wanted Jordan to kind of talk about how she's done things and how she's kept the mindset she needed to keep in order to still be successful, and where things are with her business right now and how that's going.
Hello, sorry, it wasn't unclicking for me. But thanks for having me talk tonight. So I know we've talked back and forth over the past couple of months. So I started my journey in September in the middle of a move, which probably wasn't the brightest idea, but I started off never trying Thrive. I was like, sure, we're gonna just jump on in and go for it. And I really didn't know what I was jumping into. It kept reminding me, I was thinking about, after she asked me to talk today, I was thinking about sort of just how it felt when I first started. And I was like stepping down from a stair where you think it's a normal stair, but then it's like 3 stairs all at once. And you're like, oh goodness, what did I fall into? And so when I started, I did not hit my VIPs or any of that. I didn't come close to those. But it was one of those things when I started with my Thrive journey, I ordered the same day I pressed promoter. And so I never tried it before. And for me personally, and the ignorance on fire and sharing other people's stories was a really hard thing for me, because I've always been one that I personally try anything that I tell my friends about. And so without ever trying it first, not realizing sort of what all the VIP was when I started, because I got sent so many different links when I first started that it was overwhelming. And I think I missed a couple of those. And VIP, I just didn't quite have the full grasp when I thought I did. And so it took over a week for my first box just to get there. So that was sort of that first week of promoting. It was like, oh. I didn't get a chance to try it until later on. And so once I did try it, I don't regret my decision to go promoter right away. It would have been nice to have had my full VIP time of actually already tried it. But since then, I'm also a big green person. I know some of you all know that. And so I'm a big researcher, and I feel much more confident once I start, actually using it and doing some more research behind it and learning more. And so one thing that has helped me and sort of what I've always sort of stuck to was doing the trainings. Recently really focusing on some of the self-development and helping out with the nutrition course has been an awesome help with getting a little bit better with knowing what we're offering people and knowing the value behind it, because I know everything that's gone into it. And so my first couple months, it's really this month has been sort of where I've started to go. And it's like the first couple months is just sort of a stuck in the sand, not really moving anywhere, trying and not really getting where I wanted to be, because it was sort of a trial and error. The whole network marketing thing is completely new to me. My mother's done a few little things and I saw her do a few things, but it was like, this is a completely new thing that I'm learning. And so it was one of those that it's like reminding myself that other things that were completely new to me, I didn't learn in 2 weeks. I didn't learn in just the first few months. And sort of that this is something completely new to a lot of us starting. And even if you've done other ones, it's a whole different way of network marketing, especially compared to like places like It Works and some of those where they have very strict rules of how you can post. Here, it's meant for us to share our story, which is and sort of finding what we like to do. And after becoming a mom, I forgot about that. So it was like trying to figure out who am I again, and working personally on myself has started to bring me back out and to find the people that I can connect to. Because over the first year of having my son, it sort of I lost that, and it was definitely those first months finding it again, using the product and getting the support and doing the trainings that I really sort of stuck with, and something that I really am glad that I heard from the very beginning when I started looking at some of the trainings and joining in was that what you do today, you're gonna see in 3 months, and sort of keeping that in my mind, what I'm doing today, I'm going to get rewarded for it in 3 months. And so one of my friends that I told very beginning when I first ordered, and I was like, you should try this with me, is just now ordering. And so it's sort of that what people just need to see that you're going to stick with it. And I know she was like, okay, you've been doing it for so many months now. Like, I got to try. I've seen so much change in you now. And so sort of just remembering that a lot of people are just holding out to see if you're going to do it, if you're going to stick with it, because they don't want to spend the money if you're just going to give up on it in a couple of months. So
I think that line right there is super important. Like, a lot of people are waiting to see failure. They're waiting to see you drop off. They're waiting for it to be a fad. And health is not a fad. It like, I feel like so many companies they throw around the word lifestyle. But that's really what this is. Like, it is a true lifestyle change, not just a gimmick that is going to last for 6 weeks, or we're going to do this and like in phases and give up on it because we just didn't see any differences. So whatever, we don't need that in our lives. But truly, when you don't thrive, you feel a difference, like, and I think that alone is a huge difference in this versus many things. But like you said, it's important when things aren't happening, to just stick with learning, dig in deeper, and really grow some roots so that when your plant takes off, you've got something to stand on. Because if you don't have any customers for for months even, and then suddenly you've got people asking, well, if you didn't do any research in the meantime, you're not digging into learning and growing, what are you going to tell them when they pop in and they're like, hey, tell me about this product? Well, if you haven't been digging deep that entire time, you might not know what to say. So I think it's just important, and then you're not having to grow when you do have a lot of business coming in. Mm-hmm. So use the downtime to dig in to your trainings, to dig into your cloud, to dig into your uplines, and your team as a whole, and really grow some roots.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you now, Jordan, and what are you starting to see now? I know you said you have a customer that you've been talking to for several months, finally ordering. But I mean, you want to talk about a little bit of the other momentum you're getting?
So just sort of figuring out systems of how I like to post and sort of what works with my Facebook. So I know that was something that I was having a lot of troubles with, and I know a lot of us in the beginning have troubles of what in the world do we post. And Courtney's been in this so long that sort of looking at hers is not the greatest one to go off of, because that's sort of her brand is this self-development and this very bold going out there, and that is not my brand. And that is not how all of my people that I like talking to are. And so it's sort of been these past couple months of trial and error of how I want to post, what I want my post to look like, because looking between everybody's different ones, they all have such different styles, and sort of just trialing and airing it. And finally, sort of this month, I've gotten a good system of how to plan my posts and getting into the 5 pillars that I like to use, and that I relate with, and sort of finally figuring out and really honing down on what those are, leaving the groups that do not fall into that. And so I have my friend that I've been talking to since I first started. She heard about it the same time I did from a similar friend. But she just started to order and has already told, she has like 3 different people that are wanting to look at it now. But I also have a couple of other friends that are finally like, okay, like, let me try this mini, let me see if this helps. And I have a couple of other friends that are looking at ordering when they get paid next.
Which is awesome. And I think that's where consistency, if there's anything we can inspire you guys on, it's just staying consistent, pouring into your resources, even if nothing's happening, because it's really easy to throw in the towel when things are hard, and just say, you know, I quit. But I tell my team all the time, the only way to quit, or the only way to fail, is to quit. And that's, you know, really that's what it boils down to. Because if you just stay consistent and, you know, share the product and share what it's doing for you, eventually the right person's going to hear the story. So I just want to make sure that anybody that feels stuck, know that you have people in your court that can help you and can help encourage you and help you get through it. But you know, don't accept stuck as your final destination, because it doesn't have to be. So I hope that you guys got something out of that. Haley, do you want to add anything? I don't know. Her little's been giving her a hard time tonight. So yeah, like I said, I just want to encourage you guys to really lean in and don't quit just because it's hard, because it will be hard. As if there's one thing that is a big misconception with this, is that it's easy. It's not. And truly, if you're doing the things that you should be doing to grow as a person, and to grow your business, it is not going to be easy. It's going to require commitment. It's going to require sacrifice. Yes, I love that, Krista. Choose your hard. Things might be hard today, but deal with the hard now so that later down the road, it's not hard anymore. So I appreciate you all for jumping on. And if you guys have anything topics wise, I know Haley and I usually ask if anybody's got subject ideas that something they need help with, inspiration on, let us know so that we can work in that direction for you. So I appreciate you guys getting on with us tonight, and thank you, Jordan, for sharing. I know I kind of put you on the spot, but I know that you're growing in your leadership, so I know that I can do that. So appreciate you guys, and we will see you soon. Bye.